Boo! It's been a while. For anybody that cares, I'm sorry about that. But for those who do, hi, I'm Ghost, and welcome back, finally, to God of War Ragnarok. And audio may sound a little... ugh. That's just because I'm using my basic headset. I don't have the same setup I did when I was doing this, like, well, for lack of a better term, seriously. But as I recall, I kind of got the wind sucked out of my sails when, let's see, there was a lot of drama going on at work. My internet connection wouldn't hold up for more than a 4-second Dead Space stream, which I do intend to get back to at some point. One of these days. I hope. God, I'm useless. And I just wanted to try to get my feet back in the water after Slay the Princess, because I really did have fun streaming that. I'm going to warn, this is probably going to be, I don't know, just a 2 or 3 hour episode into the evening, because I have to do a day job tomorrow. And I'm probably not going to be as energetic, if that's what you can call it, as I try to be most of the time. Like I said, I just wanted to get back into this. This is probably just going to be mostly letting Kratos and Mimir hold up the camera. But let's be honest, those guys combined have more riz than any of us ever will. As I recall, the last thing I did... Do I get a cutscene? No. Kratos was just taking a nap, and... Is there actually an imprint of him lying there? It's hard to tell. I gotta tell you, man, at your age, sleeping on a sandy beach with no padding or pillow is gonna be pretty rough on your back.
A master sees every setback as a catalyst for progress. Don't lose heart.
You know, I feel like that right there was more directed at me than Kratos because of that little spiel I just had at the beginning. So thank you for that. You're not Sigrun. I know by the helmet and the patterned wings. Hers were different. Can't remember how, but they were. But yes, thank you for the motivational support. Oh, and when I logged into the game, I did notice something. To celebrate God of War's 20th anniversary, God, I'm old. God of War, I'm old. Eh? Yeah. We've got Dark Odyssey, so you know what? Let's make our return run in that. You may notice the absence of new icons. Full disclosure, I stepped back into this for just a couple of minutes. I didn't even leave the hub area, so relax. You didn't miss any of the fun. Or the swearing. Just to look around. And yeah, we got the Dark Odyssey get-up, which ain't bad, but... there's just something about Kratos in full armor that feels unnatural, you know? Though... I do remember in God of War 1, which I was watching a Let's Play of recently, that old Spartan cuirass he had was rather nice. And there's Dark Odyssey Kratos. But man, I wish we had Fear Kratos instead. In God of War 3, he had this like really sick, like deep black ash skin with a glowing red tattoo, and it was like luminescent, not just brightly colored. And the last thing I remember doing was...
Passion, practice, perseverance. That is the road.
No, those are qualities. This is a... What's this road? More a patch of dirt that doesn't have anything on it, but I like your enthusiasm. Anyway, Kratos had a literally glowing tattoo in place of his normal regular red one. Yeah, you can just buy better at a discount with the currency you earn by risking your life. Okay. Hmm. That's just going to be a good thing to have in general. Although 10% is much. Oh. I mean, granted, this means we'd have to find 33 chests to be just short of fully healed. Of course, if we're below 1% health, we're dead. So, never mind. But still. Ah. I don't want to be this guy, but don't we need somebody's help to use a resurrection stone? And Mimir doesn't have thumbs. Or hands. Or anything below the neck. Hell, he doesn't even have a neck, now that I think about it. Yeah, starting with a resurrection stone is definitely a good idea. Because I stuck. 2 resurrections. Okay, that's breaking a fundamental rule. Limit 1 stone. Yes, I'm complaining. Breaking immersion. Lore, or rule, or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. Anyway, the last thing I remember doing was losing my mind over not only being back in Pandora's Temple, but having this. Yeah. Which appears to have an actual fighting style to it. Oh, and I can still launch shockwaves. That's 4. Now, I'm reluctant to use it because I don't think it actually does it to... One of the biggest reasons I used default Spartan Rage was because... Oh no, it does heal a small amount. Oh, okay. Yeah. Use the bumpers and triangle to perform attacks that can be triangle. Restore a small amount of rage by parrying attacks and killing enemies. Exit the state early using the command again. Okay, I don't recall if killing enemies in God of War 3 let you regenerate rage, but I ain't complaining. Oh, that's a statue. Thought it was Sigmund for a sec. Okay, and I also remember picking certain rages, like this, gave you extra mastery seals, so I guess we'll familiarize ourselves with the blade later. Oh, shield rush. Okay, this is probably going to be embarrassingly terrible because I'm way out of practice. I know, but I'm not out of practice so much to know that it's anything but these rule. Ugh. Right. Extra roll. Okay, what do we got? Rage burst. Oh! Portion of rage resource. Yeah, I got it. I am picking up what you're setting down. Who's that guy? He looks so familiar. Who's first? Would it surprise anyone to know that I really wanted to be able to do this in the older games? Almost as much as I wanted to be able to just curl the chain around one of the blades and retract it like a yo-yo. Okay, a perk glyph or runic attack. Let's go with runic attack. Yep. Oh, I never use that one. Oh, I get both of them. You're spoiling me, Valhalla. Killing an enemy while in Spartan Rage restores some rage and health. Riposte Realm Shift. Don't have a parrying shield. Does that matter? So, let's go with the extra dose of rage.
So, you told Sigrun you could not give her what she needed. You spoke out of cowardice.
Aye, obviously. But as prospects for terror, can you imagine knowing all along you're not enough for someone, and then living out their slow realization of that truth? I admit it chilled me to the bone.
You presume to know how she will feel in the future. Why discredit her wishes and yours in the present?
I just can't pretend not to know better. She's romanticized the idea of us. Certainly I've done the same. But is that anything to build a future on? I mean, look at me, brother. Be practical.
If anyone else despairs you as you despair of yourself, I would wish to strike them with an axe.
I think that is the nicest thing Kratos has ever said. At the very least, it's the nicest thing he's ever said to Mimir.
A little edge for this attempt, perhaps.
I don't need that. Oh. Let's do this. So upgrading runic attacks mid-run is an option. Cool. Do I have a reference guide or something? Ooh, I do. What? Wow, I actually do. Maybe? Oh. Oh, that's right. All of Kratos' journal entries. First of all, this is Kratos' journal. In the last game, it was Atreus. He starts talking, writing like he's leaving messages for Atreus to read when they reunite. Because they will. Fathers and sons part ways in the real world all the time, but they eventually see each other again. Sometimes not for the better. Not talking about you, Dad. Right, he's never gonna watch my stream. Fuck you, Dad, for not watching my stream. It has been some time since the last walk with Freya by my side. After you left Midgard, Freya and I spent the remaining days of winter disposing of the remnants of Odin's army. But our obligations to the realm soon drew her elsewhere. I favor her company, but I'm glad to see her thriving after so many winters in exile. No longer a shadow of herself. Write my impression in the comments. Terrible, I know. Air. Air's abilities as a healer were first described by Mimir all those winters ago on our journey to scatter your mother's ashes. But it was not until the aftermath of Ragnarok that I saw how important they would become. When you fell, it was Air who stayed by your side, healing your wounds and keeping me calm. A feat possibly more impressive than the care she gave you. I owe her a great debt. When did Atreus fall? Gunnar. It speaks well of Gunnar's abilities in battle that she could be first on the scene, as Mimir once described her, and still be one of the last shield maidens of standing at Ragnarok. In the brief conversations we have had since, I have found her intriguing. She has a wry wit, and seems a warrior of skill and sound judgment, earned from hardship. Her presence here is not unwelcome. And Sigrun. Sigrun continues to serve as Freya's loyal lieutenant and confidant. She speaks of a debt to me that can never be repaid, freeing me from Odin's curse, helping restore Freya, and for leading the charge at Ragnarok. But in truth, I feel only gratitude for her. She's a warrior of exceptional strength and character, and I am thankful to count her among eyes. Kratos doing a raspberry, that's a terrifying thought. As for Mimir and their relationship, there's clearly some passion between them, though the true nature of it often leaves me to wonder. Okay, not gonna lie, for a second there my mind went straight in the gutter and I feel really bad. I wish I could have forgotten. You know, the last time I had to pack Helios' head around with me, it didn't talk! It just screamed, kind of, and glowed. Valhalla has manifested a sun god from my homeland. I never told you of Helios, an Olympian who crossed my path in my hunt for revenge. I needed his power and gained it by separating him from his head. I'm not proud of what I did, but Valhalla is using as a tool to provoke me. He is quite unpleasant, and I'm glad you will never have to meet him. Fisk, friends, didn't drag you here for a reading session. Oh yes, the Legionnaires and the Shield Legionnaires. I wonder if I could see the old execution where he would grab their sword, pull around behind them, stab them, and then trip them. Literally fall on their sword. Okay, traversal, weapons, combat. Aha! Okay. Down arrow is a perk glyph, up arrow is a stats glyph. Then there's the thing with horns is a weapon. Then there's the rune, the mixed, healing, echoes, currency, and seals. Now, mastery seals are the currency, are the enduring currency. Fleet echoes are the currency that I spend in here to make the run easier. So, toss those around to the bandit. I can't remember what the realm doors were for. Well, in Valhalla, anyway. I don't remember what the deal is with those. Oh, it's not just a shortcut, it's a loot chamber. Okay, I don't remember if we ever figured out who sent that message to Kratos about coming to Valhalla. Not sure how we backtrack on that one. Okay. I guess my only route is one of those doors. I don't remember what this is, but hell with it. Hell with one L. Eh? Go sit over there.
On your left.
Thank you, Mir. Oh, I can parry with this thing.
On your right.
The other button. Yep. Can I ask you something? Good for this. As you can tell, I'm pretty rusty. That has been my favorite move in Kratos' arsenal for 20 years. My God, I'm old. Woo! What was that? Oh, by the way, I'm using a DualSense Edge controller now, and man, these things ain't cheap, but who are they worth every penny? The underside stick buttons alone are worth the money. And I'd like to thank my friend over here for getting it for me for something. I think it was Christmas. Let's go with Runic and cooldown. That'll actually kick behind those special attacks is always nice. Yum. Wow, those are not very strong at all. But it's clear things get much easier as time goes on. Simply due to upgrades. I have played a handful of roguelike games in the past. A good example is the Final Fantasy XIV roguelike mode. Like Palace of the Dead and Heaven on High.
Back to Sigrun and your low opinion of yourself.
Look, brother, I don't apologize for wanting her to have someone who can be everything to her. She deserves the best.
And why should she not deserve the smartest man alive?
Sometimes I think you've come too far, brother.
Did I overstep?
No, Kratos. I appreciate your point. And to be fair, if I was so right, then why am I so angry at myself?
You both make valid points. See, this is actually a
We could use some limited time assistance, couldn't we?
good opportunity for me to preach and act like I know things. Have an opinion of yourself, but not necessarily an overly good or bad one. Like Mimir's doing here, he's acknowledging he's a severed head that rests on a man's belt for a living. Or unliving, I guess. But he's also smart, wise. There's a difference. And he's helped probably the most broken man ever get to the point where he says, if anyone spoke of you the way you speak of yourself now, I will hit them with an axe. It sounds strange, but this is tremendous progress, especially for a guy that, as Thor put it, slaughtered an entire pantheon, and consequently an entire world, because they, quote, hurt his feelings. Which, again, I will die on this hill. They could have just given him his family back, or given him a serious case of amnesia. Hell, they could have fucking let him die. Like, I'm dead serious here. He tried to end it, and they wouldn't even let him do that. Okay, order death. Oh, you wanted death with onions. Sorry, I'm out of onions. I've got this. You know, this shield charge thing? Kinda growing on me. I'll split you open like a log. I remember this. Sit down. Wait a second. Just to bring it back a memory. Oh, right! Depending on how you killed these guys, there'd be a side effect of their death. Ooh, like that. Sit down. Shut up. Left, right, left, 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 right, 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 right. I lost track a long time ago. That's how you use a fork.
One left.
Well, I remember now. There were environmental issues with Fimbulwinter, and living people were hunting Kratos because somebody told them that if he was killed, Fimbulwinter would end. Resistance, 75% resistance to everything, or melee attacks have a luck chance to critically strike, creating a damaging explosion. I don't think I have enough luck for that to really count toward anything, but hey, I'll take that boosted defense and reduction in anxiety. But anyway, Fimbulwinter had an unfortunate effect on living people. When they died, they would become Hellwalkers, I think they were called. Which basically like Draugr for those who played Skyrim, which, let's be honest, who hasn't played Skyrim? People that didn't like Skyrim played Skyrim. Immediately restores a moderate amount of Kratos Rage. Or defense and luck. 50% refill, huh? I'm guessing high is 75, and if it's a full restoration, they'll just say fully restored. I just remembered. Ah, thankfully it's not an issue right now. Okay, I think we're live. God, fucking damn it. Okay. Ew. Okay. So, I don't know why, but when I checked YouTube just now on my phone here, it said that the stream ended over half an hour ago. I was about to be very angry. Sorry about that. Full mute. There. More ringtones. Alright. If I was saying something, I apologize. I completely lost track. Oh, right. Humans thought that if Kratos was killed, Fimbulwinter would end. And, well, after 3 years of
Hard not to take
Alaskan
Valhalla
winter,
up on some help, even if it's just for this attempt.
I'd probably be willing to buy anything too, because winters out here suck. But when you killed living humans, they immediately become Hellwalkers, and I think they also got imbued with whatever element they died from. Hence the fire thing. And this one was not that button. Weapon glyph. What's a weapon glyph? Do. And oh, return to the shore. Knock down. said. Put that down. Put some of that out. Okay, whatever I was just doing was really cool, but I don't know how I did it.
Right side.
Really miss my bow friend right about now. Sit down.
Right side, brother.
Oh yeah, I remember you jerks now. Punks that undid all of the hard work I put in killing things. Can you believe people are that inconsiderate? That is still one of my favorite moves with the axe. Right there with this one. There's just something really nice about shockwaves emitting from every swing you make. It's almost as nice as lifesteal. Really, really good lifesteal. Okay, part of me wants to question why there's hack silver in like everything when you're just smashing random boxes, but then I remember changing the sofa cushions. Evasive Blades Plus drastically increases the power of the Spinning Chaos and Evasive Embers skills. Oh, that's the spin around and ramp up trick, right? And increases the damage of the blade's runic attacks when the immolation gauge is fully charged. Let's go with this one. Yeah, I remember those. Alright, where's Scully? Oh wait, that's not what the skull on the door meant?
Ranger on the left.
Thank you. Hold this.
Oh, that's a rough one.
Yes, thank you. I was the first to know how much that hurt. Punk. Oh! Careful, you're putting an eye out with that thing. Come on. There's the rage right as the fight ends.
That one.
I really gotta keep a better eye out for those environmental things, because as I recall, they hurt. Leviathan's Roar. Whoa! I don't remember that move. More runic attacks are always good. Can't forget that.
Excellent. The way should be clear. Up and onward.
Pardon me. Just had pizza. Homemade, by the way. So good.
A little boost this time around, maybe.
Oh, I can only buy one. Okay. Oh, I see. You meant that path. Knock in. Can I knock on dirt? Whoa! Okay then. Whoa! Sit down, Boo-Boo. Oh, come on. Is that poison or lightning? It's kind of a bitch when the axe swings hurt twice, huh? Oh shit. Forgot how tense this is. What do we got? Relics in Valhalla have an extremely short cooldowns, but a limited charge it. Oh. Cool, huh? Turn Mimir's discomfort into... Oh, I can't do that to him. Would I have to have a chance at seeing Helios again? Because I want to show him something. I want to show him what his eyes can do. See if it reminds me of anything. Okay. Hilt of Harati. Applies a mark to nearby enemies attacking a marked enemy, reduces wound cooldowns of equipped weapon, killing a marked enemy grants a blessing. That sounds really interesting anyway. Yeah, I do remember right. Runic is block and tap O. And open. I really needed healing. Oh, but I got some anyway. Strength defense and Runic. Rage of the Crutch. A really helpful crutch.
Oh, I see now. They must keep the primordial realms up here on the top shelf.
Those
I
eyes.
still can't bear the thought of Sigrun having damaged herself to save us. Or having damaged her connection to Valhalla, which she'd doubtless say was worse.
Will there be consequences beyond her injuries?
I don't suppose I can be sure of that either way. But I'm certainly going to begin worrying about it now. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Kratos seems I've asked. That's an inside joke with a friend of... I've got to get that before I leave. Is that a temporary one? Combine this crest with the crest from the other upper realms to obtain divine triumph. It says Muspelheim, but it also reminds me of the fight with the Fire Titan on Olympus. Now, Deicide may be Kratos' most infamous deed, but he had a lot of cool adventures to go alongside that. Pandora's Temple was somewhat confined, but it was a lot of fun. It was... think of Sense Fortress from the original Dark Souls, but 10 times bigger and 50 times scarier. With fewer snakes and more snake women. And no, not those kinds of sickos. You.
Behind you! Look out!
Okay, I was trying to use the runic attack. Yep. I like letting it hang in the air for a sec. Yep. Okay, that was pure luck on timing, but I'm not complaining.
Right side, brother!
Ah, so those follow-up stabs are part of the runic attack. Gotcha. I'm really tense here because I'm trying to get my muscle memory back while also dealing with enemy types that I'm not very good at dealing
Ah,
with
we're
in
up by
general.
those statues now. Judges, did you say? Perhaps the higher planes of Valhalla correspond to the deepest reaches of your memory.
Yeah, I remember this now. Another God of War 3 bit. Yep, they're all here. What were their names? I know Minos, because he's in Dante's Inferno. The book, not the game. Aeacus and Rhadamanthus, that was it. Aeacus, Rhadamanthus, and Minos. Kratos killed them too. I don't know what they were beyond constructs, if they were alive. Okay, so we're in Greece now. I'm trying to remember if that music was from the first.
Hello, me again.
If I must carry you, make yourself useful. Say what you see in battle.
Aye, aye, asshole.
Are we gonna have to deal with him every time we're in Greece? Because I kind of wanted to show Mimir a few of the sites. Like the Cyclops.
Oh, don't hurry up and make a decision on my account.
Okay, I won't. I'll window shop until you go bored out of your head. Yes, if you're going to annoy me, I'm going to torment you with bad jokes. Spirit Seal. Is it like an enduring currency? Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. I'll have to keep an eye out for these before I go shopping. Yeesh. You know, this reminds me of one of the God of War games I watched but didn't play. I think it was Ghosts of Sparta, one of the PSP exclusives at first. Apparently, instead of a challenge chamber, it was a treasure chamber that you basically just explored, and you bought your way through with mass amounts of red orbs. Like, it was one of the reasons to incentivize multiple playthroughs. And now that I remember, one of the rewards was actually the Gravedigger's shovel from the first game. And no, I don't mean a weapon from the first game, I mean the Gravedigger from the first game.
They locked you out. Guess we better poke around the old neighborhood. See what sorts of acquaintances are looking to reconnect.
Hey, I heard a thump. I was concerned. Enemy difficulty will increase each level of timer elapses. The timer will halt upon returning to the ascending sands. Bruh. It's not stressful or anything.
A moderate challenge. More challenge, more loot.
What is that?
Did you need any primitive armed ruffians? Fire right time.
Rock! Don't try playing scissors.
Behind you, idiot!
So dramatic. Going for. No. Butt out.
Right flank.
Toto. It's not farting out your face. Or your ass, whatever that is. I'm sorry, I honestly can't tell the difference.
Back to a prize game.
Let's see. Low luck on any blade hit to increase strength and runic. I've used that a few times. Increase the damage of the blade's runic attacks when the immolation gauge is fully charged. Now let's go with that one. Charging up immolation actually isn't that hard. So I was curious about the scratching sound. That's my rabbit being a rabbit. Oh, goody. Okay, so do I just have to backtrack?
Floating eyeball tentacles? No to this. Behind you, idiot!
I missed one there. Oh, it's a Legionnaire. Then again, we are on the Greek part. Look at this! Jerk.
Well, this one looks easy. If easy is what you're all about now. Hey, Loghead, focus on the important one.
Okay, I know that's not what happened, but it kind of looked like the Legionnaire was what activated the stone. Cheap? Yes. Did it work? Also yes. Out of my way. Thank you. And yes, I still take that as a compliment. Okay. Increase the damage of runic attacks when the permafrost simulation or maelstrom gauges are fully charged. I wonder if those stack. Oh,
Only
goody.
getting harder as you delay, Kratos.
Not gonna make a dirty joke of that. Too easy. Okay, let's go.
What is that?
No one.
What'd he say?
Strike now!
Oh shit!
That's the end of that.
Let's make a point to barter for any permanent upgrades. Seems it's all this strange currency is good for.
Okay.
Learning is a lifelong journey, no mere destination. Take that to heart.
Shield Maiden.
Excellent. As you embody resilience and embrace change, Valhalla provides. I'd like to tell you a story that I think will help you along your path.
Shoot.
Go on.
Early in my life, before I was a Valkyrie, I was a healer in a small village. My father trained me in the use of herbs and natural remedies. To him, coming from a long line of herbal healers, that was the only true medicine. But visiting the city, I saw healers who used magic. Only magic, to treat their patients. I'd seen it work. And work wonders. I tried to tell my father, but he said mage healing was against his philosophy. A dangerous shortcut that violated tradition. Being a good daughter, I respected his convictions. But that all changed when he took ill. That's a good place to stop for now. When you're further along on your journey, I'll share the next part of my story.
It's cool to get insight into the Valkyries' lives. Okay, let's sport. Let's go back to the classic look, since we seem to find ourselves in Greece a lot. Oh, it's the belts underneath. That's a Spartan touch.
Let's see how you've done.
Well, I died. Again.
Shield Maiden.
A blessing.
You're truly an inspiration, General. Back to my story.
I will hear.
So, there I was, Little Brawl Magnet. If I wasn't starting the fight, I was the first one charging in to join it. Maybe it's something in the Asgard water, but seemed like there was always a fight to be had. I guess I needed the rush, something to keep me sharp, feeling alive. I was driven without fear or frankly much sense to hold me back. Got myself a bit of a reputation, and that ended up being a problem. This notorious bully I'd humiliated held on to a grudge and tried to track me down. Found out way too easily who I was and where I lived. Set out to teach me a lesson. We'll pick it up there when you progress further.
No doubt he tried something cowardly, like throwing stuff through your window and then running off. I'm gonna make one adjustment. There we go. Dark Odyssey's cool and all, but you gotta love the classics.
I'm seeing some wise investments here.
Hmm. Okay. So triumphs are needed for every other upgrade. I have one mastery seal left! Hooray! Sacrifice accepted. Ah, I see. Mastery seals pot. Broaden chances of obtaining mastery seals. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Stop that, you little bugger. She does that while I'm sleeping. It's really hard to ignore. If you're curious, I have 2 rabbits. They both like to scratch their cage in here, and I don't like to leave them outside all the time because Alaska. Okay, and this is the burst damage. Wait, command the route of legendary weaponry to overwhelm foes with full force. Oh. Yes, that's the descriptions for I thought the descriptions for Wrath and Legacy got crossed there for a second. Okay, increase the power of spinning chaos and basic embers. It appears to increase melee damage, but the second element now fades after a duration. Yeah. I recall you actually can see the ring of Dropnir on Kratos' hand if you look close enough, but you probably only see it in photo mode.
What's your right?
Mired down in the old favorites. Sometimes I forget just how badass this spear really is. Okay. Turn this up again. What each of these means. Erotic attack and oh, right friggin' there. Oh hell yes, that's my favorite one. Right, this one I get both. Increase the duration of all status effects applied to enemies by half. Increase the damage of all Kratos range attacks and abilities. Let's go with this one. I don't remember what luck affects. Oh, I should have rid of that first. Oh well. Verdict. Catch.
Right side, incoming!
Thank you. It's raining spears. And that's a definite hallelujah. Ugh, you guys.
Good hit, brother!
Okay, so I did hear her. Thank you. Sorry, folks. Apparently dog wanted out. Of course, I'm wearing noise-resistant headphones, so... That was a purchase, wasn't it? No. Repeated long range with places to stagger enemies. That was the other one I liked. That was the other one I liked. Yeah. Let's go with this one. And next door. Anaheim.
Did Valhalla return you to your forest last time?
Aye, brother. And this time I wasn't alone.
Were you attacked?
No, far from it. Apparently my Valhalla isn't the stuff of constant combat at all. The memories of mine it draws on are more interpersonal. To wit, I found myself reliving old times with my former crew of fairy folk. Cobweb, mustard seed, the whole pack of ne'er-do-wells. Such warm greetings for their
names.
old ringleader. Like nary a day had passed.
Sounds pleasant.
Rather was, to be honest. I remain suspicious, but if this process is doing something for you, I remain open to seeing what it has in mind for me.
Some of these are purple. Because there's mastery seals on them? Huh. Yoink. Don't upgrades. Shop. Ah. Are you serious? Are you serious? 2? Ugh. Tales all this friggin' time. And of course, I can't find just one more pot or something. So you know what? Forget it. Random. So. Hey! When I absorb this element from you, does it make you more resistant? No. Well, doesn't that suck? Come on, Valhalla. Don't go easy on me. Blessing of Might, Blessing of Honor. Strength of Vitality, Strength of Rank. Now where are we? How do I get those doors open? I remember even being hinted at how to do that. You. I did all that griping about not having the materials to upgrade, and didn't even use it in that last fight. Pretty good. Hey! Look up!
Use a shield strike, brother!
Dance for me, fools! Yeet! Give me that Bifrost. Accidental runic use, I remember all too well. Shut up. On the rock, don't burn yourself. No! Give me that Bifrost. Now beat it. Ah, the resistance stays if I discard the spear. Yeah. Ooh. The legendary Blade's runic attack. You had to bust your ass in Muspelheim to get that in the first game. Well, the last game, the previous game. What's up?
I believe your target's on the battlefield there.
Here, play with this. Come here. Here, boy. What is he? Let me try. That looks like fun.
On your right, right rod.
Hey, look up. See, if you'd listened and looked up, you'd have known you should have brought an umbrella.
Count it, Valhalla.
What's that gauge? Oh, that's my shield gauge. And I just wasted it. Way to go, soul. Busting defense. Detonating thrown spears has moderate luck transfers towards strength and attack resistance. Increased strength. Jesus. I will take that. Use that detonation trick quite a lot.
Now then, the path should be unlocked. Let's make our way up.
Much better. Now why not? Because I could have upgraded Meteoric Slam instead. That's why not. Oh well, live, learn, die a lot. Gonna be totally honest, for a second I thought you said your name was Oaf. Yeah. Denied. Ah, shut up. I don't know what you're saying, but I find it highly offensive. Calm down. Come here. Oh. The fact that it was on fire must have made that all the more unpleasant. Leech wave of shock. There are 3 Bifrost shock rounds that swerve an enemy. Yes. I remember using that for a good while. Angry. Yep. Heilheim. I had a nickel for every time Kratos went to the underworld when he wasn't dead. Actually, I'm not quite sure because it's kind of muggy on how many times he's been to the afterlife without dying. Because I think in 3, he just straight up fell into the underworld. Or, rather straight down, I suppose.
Watch your leg!
Oh, crap. You know, at some point, he's going to do that, and the whole chest is just going to crumble. These either amazing statues or very unfortunate people. Pots. Moving on. In rewatching Let's Plays of the old God of War games, it's actually surprising just how many, like, smashables and secrets I missed. There was an entire room full of statues that I didn't know could be destroyed. And there was also something kind of interesting I learned. In God of War 1, there's a scene where we get insight into just how far Kratos was willing to go to complete his mission. And at the same time,
I'm back! What a thrill!
Yay. You're back. I can't even enthusiastically be sarcastic about this guy. Anyway. We gotta look at just how far Kratos is going to go to get his mission finished. And just how cruel he's well aware the Greek gods are. When he finds an Athenian soldier still alive and trapped in a cage, and he could save him, but... oh god. there's what's called the Chamber of Sacrifice up ahead. You might remember it from the last episode, or from when you played it yourself. Either way. The chamber required him to escort the poor man in the cage up the hill, mount him on a platform, and then pull the lever to sacrifice him in order to continue onto where he would acquire the blessing of Poseidon, which allowed him to swim and breathe underwater. Hold that thought.
Incoming fire back here!
I always hate fighting these things. Mind you, this is an enemy from one of the old games. This one's just really, really irritating. Come here, big boy. You know, with some executions, he defaults to a particular weapon. So I'd say it just shows that he's committed to using a particularly effective method. Hey, look, what's happening to your friend? Quit hamming it up and just die. Thank you.
The thing someone told you to kill. Yay!
I hate you so much. Master engage fully charged. Moderate chance of blessing a cooldown. Greatly reduces damage taken when using a runic attack or relic. I'll take that one. You. Faster, faster, faster. Did I go the wrong way? I did. Huh. So the route is set even less than I thought it was.
And things just got hot. Did you forget the haste is a factor here?
Did you forget shutting up is a factor for you?
I spy the one you need to slay.
Come here! That is reminiscent of the way you used to kill the Legionnaires in the other games. He just straight up ripped them in half, though. Yep! Sick! I'm behind your shield all you want, just makes you an easy target. Matt! Ooh, gimme! That's my favorite runic attack with the axe. Gimme. Polymorphs don't have better chance to grant unstoppable aura. I use a sprinting attack a lot more than that charge up attack. In fact, I almost never use that. I imagine some people who use the spear a lot are slapping their foreheads saying that I definitely should use that one. For crying out loud. New enemies. Good sign. loop back. It burns!
Shield strike, do it!
Okay. Look at you, Helios, having good ideas. That's unlike you.
Not hurrying. You don't like your fight at all.
I hear classic music, and it's motivating!
I do believe that's all of it. The way up should be clear.
Ooh. Basic, but it's a slot filler. That sparkle is distracting me. Hey, what happens if the timer runs out? Do I just hit max difficulty, or do I die or something? No, just went away. Okay. I got enough for both, hot damn.
Always looking for an edge. Is this a game?
Yeah. Let's see. Charge the sword to sacrifice health and deal damage based on the amount of health loss. No thanks. Slash. Bonus to melee damage. 3 waves of light to deal drastically increased damage. Let's give that a shot. Yeah. Using runic attacks with 3 different weapons and quick succession grants buff. Oh, yes! I don't even care what the other one is. I'm pretty sure these are just the perks that are granted from using different hilts or ronds or what have you.
Heading back to the cage, are we? I guess Valhalla is giving you a second chance.
Second chances are something very few of us are ever afforded, and we should never take them for granted. Anyway, this is actually the moment I was talking about, now that I think about it. In those cages, there was an Athenian soldier, and Kratos dragged it down, and this is the interesting thing I was talking about. It wasn't a bunch of large steps, it was a ramp, and it was obstructed by a bunch of blocks. You had to push the soldier up the hill while dealing with legionnaires. Now, here's the interesting thing. Apparently in a couple of versions, I think it was the European and the Japanese version. It was actually undead soldiers.
Harp. Well, now it's a party.
You know what my favorite party game is? Helios, the quiet game. Especially when you're playing it.
You blind behind you.
It'd be really amusing if these things actually took enhanced damage from the blades. Be nice with a flavor touch.
What are you planning to do this time, Kratos? Wait, no, don't tell me. The suspense is honestly the only thing keeping me awake back here.
Anyway, in the particular version of the game, it was a bunch of undead soldiers, and this is when I learned that the smirking Kratos meme is actually from the game. And frankly, the smirk he had was hilarious. Yeah.
Here's a radical thought for you. Maybe it only counts as a sacrifice if you give up someone you value. I think we all know that's not
Quiet, Helios.
Cyclops. You'll never guess their weak spot.
Oh, fuck the hell, yes! This is something I couldn't do in Greece! Do the thing, do the thing, do the thing, do it! Oh, a different thing, but I'm not mad. Aww. That's just the same way he kills the ogres. Sit down. I can do that in Greece either. Man. Whew. In God of War 1, he basically just, I think, stabbed the Cyclops' head.
Let's see what brilliant move you've thought of.
In 2, he'd rip its eye out. And in 3, there weren't very many Cyclops at all. Not that I remember, anyway. Pardon me. Kratos?
Surely you're not supposed to. You know what? I'd like to see this.
Your head is turned. You can't see it. Shut up, Leos. Oh, that's odd. Holy shit, I think I see his eye boiling. I saw his skeleton for a second there. That looked unreasonably painful.
Brother?
Where are we now?
Somewhere red and white.
Tyr.
Odin.
The invitation was yours.
I would have signed it.
Okay, it is true.
It was important you come here for your own reasons.
Then you're not an illusion.
Here in the flesh, old friend.
What do you want?
I know what you're wrestling with,
That's a
Spartan.
neat trick.
I understand it better than you realize. The shame. The doubt. The question I could find no answer for until I came here. Lifetimes ago. Stepped through that door.
What is in there?
I'm not here to spoil that for you. Only to help you prepare.
Why?
Because I can. Because for us, fighting occupies the body, while our minds work out the rest. Because you're not ready. Yet.
Okay, last time I fought a god of war, I wasn't a god of war.
Show me.
I'm sorry. Why exactly are you attacking us?
Consider it a kind of trial by combat, Mimir. When Kratos can get the better of me, we'll know his mind has done the work.
Well, let's see how far I make it.
Done. You know your mistake there. Your wrath is formidable, Kratos.
I can't defend myself against that. Might as well use it.
A man at war with himself places a deficit upon his focus. He is impatient, emotional, easily surprised. A man at one with himself has a clearer mind, sharper instinct. That man is ready to win. That man is ready to progress. Above you! Watch out!
Come here. Okay, so the smart thing to do is going to be to wait for him to throw, then make a move on the mobs. That was close. I'm glad I bought those critical healing up buffs. Hey, Tyr, come here. I want to show you something. Really cool.
Take it off, Kratos.
Ow.
Arms up.
Here, play with these.
Come on.
Oh, no, you don't.
Well, I didn't catch you sleeping. Come on.
No.
Behind you, watch out. Come on.
No. Denied.
Come on.
Come here. Oof.
Well done, Kratos. I yield.
Good then.
I can't believe I did that on my first try. Whew.
Perhaps you are ready now.
Am I?
Honestly, nobody can truly say that but you.
Tyr has been revealed as having sent me the invitation to Valhalla. Despite my initial doubts, I do not question his intentions. He feels a kinship with me and only wishes to help me find my path. He's among the most formidable opponents I've ever faced, and I feel my skills grow. But his insight into my struggle is just as valuable. I now understand, firsthand, why he was so beloved in his time. He's very strong and capable, and he looks so unimposing. But that's the appeal of someone who is capable of ripping you to pieces with his bare hands and not breaking a sweat, but disciplined enough and good enough to not, without very good reason. He's like Kratos after his journey was finished. And that was a hell of a journey. And as I recall, didn't he see... Oh, good lord, blood, sweat, tear. There's a tear pun.
I'm not ready.
Yet. But we will get you there.
Oh! That's each time you defeat Tyr. The cycle can be found in gold under labors. Defeat Tyr. Huh. Doesn't have a counter on it. Wonder how many times I'll fight him. Ah, that was what it is. Getting the higher level appearance of my weapons. I wonder if we'll get to any of the classic designs. Like, the way the Blades of Chaos originally looked in the first game. Maybe the Blades of Exile, but I never really liked the way those looked. Heck, Blades of Exile itself is always kind of a weak name to me. That's actually a pretty slick look. Like just plain dark pants.
Valhalla is impressed.
Shield Maiden.
Use this. Keep pushing yourself.
Send me
Valhalla
on.
will provide. Ready
Wasn't-
for more story?
Wasn't that just the actual just stone
I
armor?
will hear.
So, the bully with a grudge. He comes to the inn in the dead of night, chucks a bottle of fire through the window.
Yep.
Sets the whole place ablaze.
Coward.
The coward thought I was inside in bed, but luckily I was just getting home. I saw the flames shoot up and surround where my father was sleeping. Well, this wasn't going to be the day I started hesitating. I charged into the fire and dragged him out. Not unscathed exactly, either of us, but alive. And if I was too angry and fearless for my own good before, now, well, I charged right into that bastard's lair, me against his whole gang. Honestly, I had no business coming out of that alive. As it turned out, I came out of there with a job. But we'll get to that next time.
Sounds like a tale as old as Kratos. Aha! Keys to unlock sanctuary barriers can now be acquired from the Tablet of Influence.
Bargain away, brother. Valhalla expects it.
Can be used to permanently remove a barrier inside of a sanctuary. Oh, I think I understand. If you remove a sanctuary barrier, then each time you're in that sanctuary per attempt, it's a little extra boost to your startup. And of course, they'll have escalating costs up to, I'm guessing, logically 800 for the last key. This will increase the amount of fleeting echoes earned from defeating enemies. Up to 5 tiers. I know that's not a tier pun. This time. A very small amount of additional spirit seals. Each of the first tier upgrades that just cost spirit seals, I'm gonna get. Better chances of obtaining spirit seals from breakable pots. These pot. Oh, okay, so that was a feature. Mm. Yeah.
Wise investment, brother.
Pay a little now to earn a lot later. Very low chance for glyph awards. From Chest and Rift to offer 3 instead of 2. Huh. Yeah.
Best improve where you can. Valhalla's not big on apples or blood mead.
Add an empty slot to the glyph tablet, allowing critters to equip 1 more glyph per attempt. This is my glyph tablet, right? Hmm. Of all the armors, I think the Molten Harness from Muspelheim from the first game is still my favorite. I don't think that one's available in this one anymore, unfortunately. Take the Mastery Seals. Yeah. I can't get my health to 200, and that bugs the hell out of me. Okay. One more run, and we'll probably call it quits.
We're all impressed by your progress, General. We've never seen anyone engage Valhalla quite the way.
Sigurd, it's good to see you back.
Freya was just being cautious. I'm right as rain. How fares your journey?
We have uncovered our host. It is Tyr.
Tyr, you say?
Aye, and no projection either.
I never knew his connection to Valhalla was so strong.
He is the god of war.
He goes back further than I do. Fascinating.
What's this? I can start with one now. Hell yes. Relics can now be equipped at the relic pedestal when starting an attempt. More can be found and unlocked in Valhalla. Hell yes. Didn't say how to unlock them. I guess I just unlock them as I find them. Let's go with this one. Little aura protection never hurt. Ooh, the basic shield. Come on. Damn. Valor! I never use this. I mean, I don't have to, but you know what? No, I don't have to. I am trying to build the Mastery Seal thing, but this is also supposed to be fun.
Kratos, glad to see you're back inside. It seems Valhalla has arranged something special for you the throne room. See you again soon, Kratos.
Valhalla wants me to use the bathroom. I always loved using that move for its intended purpose. Hitting more than one person at once. But yeah, I remember now. The first time he ended up in that chamber... Oh! That spear was doing me good last time. Let's keep it rolling. You know, I just realized the paint at the bottom, it goes in 3 different levels: green, red, and blue. What if there's a significance to that? Yep. Anyway, the last time he reached the end of Valhalla's trials, he was in the throne room from his throne room on Olympus when he first became God of War. A prize that he valued about as much as a complimentary packet of tissues at a restaurant. Like, oh, okay. Whatever. Because, dude, like I said before, this man didn't want to be a god. He didn't want to be a king. He just wanted to forget the horrible things he'd done. And he spent 10 years being Olympus's bitch for it. The sheer amount of stuff he had to do during that, man. Detonation, spin, and freeze up. Permafrost. Yeah. First up. It's my go-to, man. It's just too good.
I know this.
Is that? Whoa, whoa, was that the Ember of his oath?
The memory is vivid. A familiar scene to any that know your legend. A man at the crossroads of a fateful decision.
Aye, you've spoken of this, brother. The pact you made with Ares to stave off the barbarian horde.
The day I sold my soul to a god of war. Why show me this?
Well, if I had to guess, probably to make you feel like the piece of shit you are.
Is he necessary?
He's no part of my design. He's either Valhalla's or yours.
At least he hasn't replaced me again. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Seems a real charmer.
Yeah, he's about as charming as a bad techno album playing at a funeral.
A memory fragment of your time in Alfheim, then?
Tell me, who was Kratos of Sparta the day you made your pledge to Ares?
I was the youngest captain in the Spartan army. I had gained a reputation for my skills in combat, my command on the battlefield, but also my aggression. I was determined to never lose, and until then, never had. My men were loyal, fiercely so.
How many Spartans did you command?
Not enough that day.
How many barbarians did you face?
Thousands.
Ooh. Things are getting more in depth. But yeah, if anyone's curious on a little bit more in-depth version of what they were discussing, Kratos was named a Spartan captain who, judging from what I know by Spartan traditions, he was probably only about 15, give or take. And he gained a reputation for, like he said, his mastery of command and his skill in combat, but also his aggression. Let's go with this one.
Is it worth what it'll cost you? I wonder.
I think so. Plus, there's a healing block right behind me. Taking damage causes luck chance to gain defense for his next shield strike. Double tap to restore health. The chance increases with lower health. Yeah. This is an armor. How do we even get down there? Ah. Huh. Well, as Kratos' military service went on, he kept challenging stronger and deadlier enemies. And he started out with only 50 men under his leadership, but eventually he got up to what Gaia called in the first game the thousands. What do we have here? Seals. Pretty good amount, too. Now, the narrative also mentioned that the barbarians to the east numbered in the thousands, but by the sounds of things, they were outnumbered probably at least 2 to 1, and Spartan military discipline is second to none. It had no comparison back then, and it may not even have an equal to this day. But there's just something about the way a barbarian fights. And at least according to what some historians have said and what a lot of pop culture will tell us, barbarians fight like animals. Fierce, vicious, unpredictable, and all or nothing. So, judging by the description that the battle lasted mere hours, quote-unquote, it was a borderline massacre. Well, it was a massacre, borderline one-sided. Whoa!
Above you! Watch out!
Give me that Bifrost!
Shield strike, now!
Kratos in a battle atop a literal pile of corpses, and with a hammer barreling down on him, the size of a small motorcycle. He decided, through a first-person glance that we get in God of War 2, to reach his bloodied hand up to the sky and scream, "Ares, destroy my enemies, and my life is yours!" And it was nearly that hammy, too. Well, Ares had people literally bending over backwards at the small of the back, broken in half, bursting into flames, and heads exploding. So he did his part, and all Kratos did was all he had to do, offer a pledge of loyalty, and he got the Blades of Chaos, which is where these charming little chain scars on his wrists come from. They're a little hard to make out, but you can see them if you look closely enough. The original Blades of Chaos were heated up, the chains wrapped around his wrists, and burned right to his skin. Pretty damn painful. Why is this one silver, pale, and locked?
Dear, why help prepare me to take your old position? Why not fulfill it yourself? You seem capable.
To the mortals of these realms, I am an ancient myth, long out of mind. The days I could hope to unify these realms are long past. But they see you as the hero of Ragnarok. You are known, respected. And from what I have seen, you're the most qualified by far. You need only be ready.
Hey, the black bear armor. And that's the trousers I was just eyeballing. Cool. Interestingly enough, the Blades of Chaos, to those who think why Kratos, well, wonder why Kratos would pack those things around if they have so many painful memories associated with them, he doesn't. Apparently in one of the God of War comics that take place between 3 and the previous game, which is known by some as simply 4, he tried to get rid of the blades on several occasions. He threw them into the ocean, he buried them, he just dropped them and walked away. But they would always come back. I'm not totally sure how. I wasn't able to read the comic myself, unfortunately. But the blades are more bound to him than they... Is that a rune I don't recognize? Or is that an actual question mark? I think that's just a question mark, and I do love curiosities. But, yeah, the Blades of Chaos are his, and only his, and just, no matter how he feels for them, they are loyal to him, down to the fundamental level.
Coming above you.
And it isn't out of malice. The Blades don't exactly have a will of their own, but they will always be a part of him, and it's likely that they'll never serve anyone else. In fact, it's possible that the Blades will cease to exist when Kratos eventually does die for the last time. This is really annoying. Thankfully, they're not that dangerous. Annoying and dangerous? That's what the brain suckers in Bloodborne are.
Valhalla, isn't it? Shall we see what else we can find in here?
Not sure what you mean. Of course. All of Valhalla is pretty damn unusual.
Knows what's waiting for you in that mist.
I do, since I'm looking at it. So Cedar incident? Oh, I just killed a bunch of them. Yeah, I'm genuinely confused as to how I've never felt anything about Valhalla unusual since the Order of the Day here. Nice throw, man. I figured that'd just get wedged on the wall. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Come on, come on. Wait. No. I see a thing. Aha! Eh. They sing. Okay. I think add the range of that first one I found. Wait, are they all just on that rock? I think they are. Because I see another one up there. That explains why it was so loud. I think I caught a glimpse of another one over here. Yep. See, the Dropping Spear added a lot of mechanically interesting things to the game. Mainly one that baffled me for a long time was that little hole in the wall with the wind going into it. You could just use that as a permanent, like, I guess it'd be a trapeze pole. And yes! Show me the goods! Dropping your crest. What do those do? I suppose, as far as Valhalla goes, this place is kind of blank, I guess. It doesn't really have an identity to it, like any of the areas or regions.
I think we're meant to choose one chest or the other. Shall we have a look?
Okay, so a runic attack, some echoes, or what's that other one? I might memorize these at some point. A weapon glyph. Go to runic attack. Being able to ping between those is just generally useful. Nah, let's use this one. That was the deal. And I'm not going to break Valhalla's rules, and thus Valhalla, by trying to cheat my way through a pick one of three trick. There we go.
More decisions to be made.
Black Frost is being inflicted on Kratos when killing enemies. Moderate luck chance to grant a health burst on any successful spirit kill. Poison.
Seems Valhalla won't let you that way unless you strike a bargain.
I just struck a bargain. I agreed to get Bifrosted every time I kill somebody. I do that a lot. I didn't realize it was running to be so long. Making the last attempts feel kind of like a tutorial. Which I'm guessing is what they were going for. Full health. Full rage. One more chance to grant a blessing for Nick. Last second of aid. Oh. Not the sand, you goon. There we go. You throw like a child. I'll show you how it's done. See, that one's got an arm on him.
From above, Bifrost!
Shut up. It was always kind of gratifying to watch those go off in succession, especially in large numbers. What the hell? Phew. That is such a power high. Oh, diminished rage is still active. Oh, boss room. Oh, Bifrost. Oh, rage. Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, yes. That one's simple, but man, does it do the job. Okay, let's go die. Oh wait, I have a relic. I forgot about that. Oh, you?
I believe your target's on the battlefield there. Ah, Bifrost everywhere. Behind you. That's the one you needed. Well, that's a load off.
Burden lifted. Cool. Now can you get rid of the whole Bifrost thing? Because I hate Bifrost. I never really paid much attention to the exact mechanic, but I think the way it works is you soak up the Bifrost, and if you get hurt while it's afflicted, you take all that as damage, and it lasts a while. Heck, one of the Berserker fights, I think it was the king himself, hit me with full value of my health in Bifrost. One scratch, and you guessed it, you're dead. Down. Door.
Right then, time to ascend to the next area. If you're ready.
Oh, there it is. Man. Yeah. I should probably get Rage Burst too. Otherwise I'll die and get a real Rage Burst. In we go. Oh, hey. Me, just gonna go over here and open these boxes before we start. No? Okay. Oh, what the hell?
Nasty hit. You all right, brother?
Not really. Whoa, lava foot. I noticed. Oh, I will. Don't have any blades abilities. Ooh, I can cure being burned by absorbing fire from this putz. Yeah.
You certainly earned that little edge.
Okay, what's next? That's a pretty good one. Nah. A friend of mine who played this a lot said that poison is like the go-to for him. It D-levels, it causes vulnerability, it's all kinds of cool stuff. You know, seeing Rage restored like that by a resource kind of bums me out that we don't have something like gold orbs in this one. Those are introduced in God of War 2.
Hello again, Kratos. I must say, it's genuinely hard to think of anything stupider than pledging your soul to Ares of all people. I mean, any of Zeus's brood are bound to be garbage, present company by no means excluded. But Ares made a real art out of being vicious and depraved. Though, I suppose I can't begrudge you your role model. I see you still use the blades he gave you. Can you really say you regret a decision, and still keep benefiting from the trappings of that decision? I'm not sure, I'm just asking. You ever try to do the math on how many people died as a result of your little collaboration? Like contemplating the grains of sand on a beach, isn't it? Just overwhelming, honestly.
Wait, you just straight up buy these? Huh. Sorry, Helios, you say something? See, as I got older, I learned not to listen to talking heads! Although I do admit, I appreciate that you recognize that you also sucked. Because, as I recall, Kratos saved you from Atlas, and the first thing you did was robbed him in his sleep. There was a thing in God of War, Chains of Olympus, I believe. Yeah, that's what it's called. Kratos had just killed Persephone, goddess of the underworld, and bound Atlas in place of the pillar of Tartarus that she had destroyed. Yes, that was Kratos. Kratos is the reason Atlas was stuck in the underworld, holding up the planet. And when he'd been carted out of there, well, it talks, whatever it is. Anywho, after Helios had taken Kratos out of the underworld, where he was basically trapped, right after he'd done something that gave him so much regret and pain that it's not even funny. Like, Jesus. They dropped him on the Summit of Sacrifice, and basically, or maybe it was the Cliff of Madness. I can't remember exactly what the cliff front was called, but he was unconscious, and Helios and Athena took all of the relics and the magic that he'd earned on that mission.
Looks like someone left you a party favor. Oh, and it's a symbolic totem of your shame. That's so thoughtful. Ah, now you've done it. You're being judged. And we all know your past actions wouldn't pass muster with anybody.
Scry river. That is what I was seeing. Yeah, this one's from Ascension. Valhalla has conjured an object from my past, an amber stone symbolizing the sworn oath of a prisoner. It is preserved and enforced by the furies of my homeland. It's a painful reminder of the oath I once pledged to Ares, the day I strayed from a worthy and honorable path. So, apparently, oaths to Olympus, Olympians specifically, are... whatever, it wasn't doing anything anyway. Apparently my dog mutilated some plastic tub handle that had broken off. Anyway. Oaths to Olympus were kept in sort of, well, an amber... let's call it a 3D picture.
Oh, I meant to ask. How did you like setting yourself on fire? Truly entertaining stuff. Sorry to miss how it ended up. I think maybe you still have some ash on your skin. Am I crazy?
You're not funny. listening to him talk makes me wish my tinnitus was a lot worse. Another one? Dodge rolling inflicts the frost of... Oh no. Dodge rolling causes ice to build up on my skin. Detonating thrown spears has a moderate luck chance to increase the strength and stagger resistance. Or, some fleeting echoes will be lost whenever Kratos is hit by an enemy attack. But, shield tricks against status-afflicted enemies consume the ailment, causing a damaging elemental explosion. Let's go with this one. Progress hurts. What is this? My hand is icy. Is that an axe thing, or is that the curse? Okay, what's up? Huh.
A siren? Cover my ears! Kratos!
No! Oh, they're bringing back a lot of good ones. I swear I better see a Gorgon in here, and I better get to tear its head off.
If you could kindly not get frozen!
I hate this burden. Get out of my face! Damn it! I knew that was going to happen. I'm just going to dedicate a run specifically to getting that one off my table, and then I'm never picking it up again. Because I don't remember what the reward was.
You've certainly earned your pick of self-improvements. Shall we make a bargain?
Okay, before I talk myself into making another run, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here.
Fights, not only to survive, but to grow with every encounter.
Well put. And I've outgrown that frost buildup thing because dodge rolling is just a really bad, in that case, habit of mine now. What's this? Oh. Is it all the 9 realms? Okay. Across the realms again. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and drop this episode here because it is... I don't even know what time it is. And I have to go be an adult tomorrow. So... Huh? Yeah, that sounds about right. I'd like to thank everybody so much for watching, and I'm hoping that I can get back to making this a more consistent and regular thing. I've just been really tired and really busy for the last... forever. And I may even be doing a couple of new games because a buddy of mine just got me a pre-order for Doom the Dark Ages. So that's going to be stupefying fun. And I'm getting told that I need to finally go play Demon's Souls, which has been on my plate for a while. But for now, thank you all for watching, and until next time, remember... what was the lesson for today? Here's a good one. If somebody dares you to douse yourself in liquid nitrogen for $100, whatever the reward was just now, don't do it. It isn't worth it. With that said, until next time, I bid you all a very fond... I'm going to turn this thing off. Farewell.